Hello, this is Dave Gardy from US Vets TV studio near Washington, D.C. for the 6th edition, the holiday edition of the Veteran Entrepreneurial Training Series webcast. Thank you for joining us. We're 10 minutes late here at 1:10 Eastern. Had a little technical difficulty with one of our participants, but we've since figured it out, and we will have some kind of communication with him. Right now, coming to us from Paris, California, via Skype, and one of the best signals I've ever seen from him is Al Renteria. Al, thanks for joining us.
Dave, it's great to end the new year 2017 ending today for us. We got some great speakers. You had a chance to talk to Tom Leney, and we get to hear him soon, and Wayne from Sacramento, California, followed by Dan Marion, JJR Solutions, Vector Prime, and Rod going to join us. And then we'll talk about Stan and the congratulations we want to give him towards the end of the webcast. But let's make this happen.
Okay, it's a pretty good rendition of what the rundown is for today. Let's start and let's try to get back on schedule here if we can. So we're going to go to a pre-recording of Tom Leney discussing the recent summit in St. Louis, where all the veteran-owned business enterprises and the Vector Primes were, and getting his perspective of how that came out. This was recorded earlier today. So without any further ado, we're going to go to the tape. Washington, D.C. for this special presentation in preparation for the Veteran Entrepreneurship Training Series webcast on December 20th. With me right now, coming from Washington, D.C. via GoToMeeting, is Tom Leney, who is the Executive Director of the Small and Veteran Business Program over at the VA. Thanks for joining us, Tom.
It's great to be here, Dave.
Tom, give us an overview. What happened, kind of a wrap-up about NVSB out in St. Louis in early December?
Well, we had a very successful National Veteran Small Business Engagement. As you know, it's an annual event. It's the largest veteran-owned small business event that brings government, commercial people together with veteran-owned small businesses. We brought from the VA more than 220 of our procurement decision makers and senior executives. We also were joined by another 40 plus folks from other government entities and about 160 large prime contractors who were looking for veteran-owned small business partners. We were joined by over 1,800 veteran-owned small businesses, and over the course of about 2.5 days, we had over 4,200 individual activities that connected veteran-owned small businesses to potential customers. So it turned out to be very successful. I was very pleased with how it came out.
Excellent. We got to hear that report. What's the future of the Direct Access program?
Well, what we seek to do is to multiply the number of events. The goal is to create a structured, focused, scheduled opportunities for veteran-owned small businesses to engage directly with customers. The challenge of a national engagement, while it's a great event, it's once a year, and you have, we had over 33,000 people there, so they're stumbling over each other. It makes it a very complex event when you do 4,200 scheduled activities. So what we're seeking to do is, in 2018, our goal is to take the small business into the medical center. So they'll be able to connect directly with clinicians and people who don't get the chance to get out of the medical centers because they're dealing with patients. The second thing we're going to be doing is we're looking to do a small number of regional events, particularly in the construction arena, because what we found is, if I need to have my sidewalk repaired in Connecticut, I'm going to use a Connecticut firm. So to have the Connecticut firm and the facility engineer fly to St. Louis to talk about repairing a sidewalk in Connecticut doesn't make a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to expand the number of events, shrink them a little bit, focus them. I believe we're still going to do a national event, but it too will be more focused.
So do you know when you're going to know when those and where those regional events are in 2018?
We hope to have that schedule in place by the end of January.
Oh, excellent. Great. What does market research, how does it fit into the future of procurement opportunities for VOSBs?
Excellent question, Dave. The key to these events is that in order for a veteran-owned small business to get access to opportunity, they need to get access to the customer. They need to meet the customer. What Business 101 is, you don't do business with somebody you never met. So these access events are linked to the market research because they're designed to enable customers to do market research. By the way, not just VA staff or government staff. We brought to St. Louis, of the total of 69 Vector awardees, the prime contractors awarded our new $25 billion Vector contract, 64 of them were in St. Louis. They were there to meet with veteran-owned small businesses, not only to meet with potential customers, but to build the teams they're going to need to be successful. So these direct access events are really all about enabling customers to do market research, to find procurement-ready, capable, veteran-owned small business partners.
Can you give us an update on the Vector contract, the IDIQ, and what does it mean for the VOSB community?
This is, I think, a great piece of good news for the VOSB community. We awarded Vector last month. They're still going through some protests, so it hasn't been, we're not pushing out any task orders under it right now, but it's an IDIQ, indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contract. It's going to be task order based. It's got a $25 billion ceiling, that's billion with a B. So it is designed to cover a wide range of the professional services that the VA uses. And it was, I won't say it's unique, but it was extraordinary because as we put together Vector, we did a tiered evaluation approach. The first tier of the evaluation was veteran-owned small business teams that only had veteran-owned small business. Second tier were teams that had small business. Third tier were teams that had large businesses. Of the 69, or the total 65, some were awarded more than one service group. Only one team was not in tier one. So these are teams that were all composed of veteran-owned small business. And more importantly, each task order will do the same tiered approach. So there's an incentive for the Vector primes to work with other VOSBs, not to go sub their work out to a large business. And we've got 6 services. So it ranges from management, program management, to outreach, to training, to analysis, to supply chain, to human resources and staffing. So it covers a broad range of our professional services.
Excellent. It is quite a contract, and we know we've got a lot of interest in it with the Veteran Entrepreneurship Training Series. Any closing thoughts? You've been so good to come on to these series periodically and give us a perspective, and we're hoping that you can swing it in your schedule to get out to the summit coming up in February.
I hope to get out there. If not, I will send some people out there because we think it's a great opportunity, again, to connect veteran-owned small business with procurement decision makers. We're working with the team to bring some of our program managers out there so we can use it as a direct access event. 2018 is going to be a very important year. It's going to be a year where market research is going to, we seek to have market research drive decision making and improve the ability, particularly in the VA, to do good market research. So I think it's going to be a watershed year as we continue to implement the Veterans First program, and we continue to meet the challenge of balancing our commitment to Veterans First with our need to make sure that we meet our commitment to taxpayers and the 22 million veterans we support.
Excellent.
I hope to see you all in California. I also hope to see veteran-owned small businesses at our sort of direct access event as we multiply them around the country.
Well, we appreciate your time, Tom. Thanks again for coming on the Veteran Entrepreneurship Training Series.
And thank you to all the veterans. Thank you for your service, and thank you to the veteran-owned small businesses that continue to support veterans.
Appreciate it. I'm Dave Gardy here for this special presentation in preparation for the Veteran Entrepreneurship Training Series webcast of December 20th. Thanks for joining us.